Some of you may know this, some of you may not. But for those who don't, when you watch TV, when you watch movies, when you go to the cinema, or when you watch television at home, all these films, movies, shows, when you watch these things, you're not just watching a show, you're not just watching a movie, you're not just distracting yourself for a while and enjoying a TV show. There is more going on that you're not aware of when you watch the television. Apart from just getting distracted in a fantasy world, which there's nothing wrong with, you can do that from time to time in moderation, but apart from getting lost in the Star Wars universe or the Marvel universe or whatever universe you're invested into, apart from that, there is also brainwashing going on. They are teaching you things through those TV shows. They are putting agendas into your subconscious through those TV shows. There is a lot more than meets the eye going on in that moment. A lot more is happening that you're not aware of. And in this Nutty Education, I'm going to explain to you 4 different types of brainwashing that goes on when you watch TV shows or movies. Now those 4 types of things, those 4 types of brainwashing, they are good things, good agendas being brainwashed to you, bad things, bad agendas being brainwashed to you, and then the last 2 are more neutral ones. They are selling you things and they are teaching you things, explaining concepts and ideas to you. Now, out of those 4 things, let's start off by focusing on selling you things. That is the most common one that you probably already know. It's called product placement. Sometimes when you watch things, there might be a Coke can or a Pepsi can, a fizzy drink hidden somewhere but smartly placed where you can see it, so subconsciously, even if you don't recognize it straight away, you might subconsciously notice it, and then later in the day you might be thirsty and might think of that. So that is product placement, selling you things. Another thing that goes on when you're watching that television is things are being taught to you. New ideas and concepts are first being explained to you through entertainment. And to give a more recent example of that, think about Avengers Infinity War. That perfectly explained and taught a mass amount of people the concept of overpopulation. See, overpopulation, it is a real thing. In real life, overpopulation is a real threat to all of us. Now, in order to explain that to a mass amount of people, they put that in a popular movie, Avengers Infinity War. The main villain, he was trying to wipe out half the universe due to overpopulation, and now all the kids who love Marvel and watch that movie, they now understand what overpopulation is. So entertainment is like a method of teaching you things. It's like a first initial step with putting something into your mind. You learn it through entertainment, and then that concept registers in your head for anything else. A second example of this, also found in Marvel movies, is a multiverse. The idea, the concept of a multiverse. I guarantee you, if we rewind the clocks to 50 years ago, if you asked kids and teenagers 50 years ago, what is a multiverse? I guarantee maybe if you're lucky, 1 or 2 out of the 50 would be able to tell you what a multiverse is. But fast forward to today, with multiverses being in so many popular movies, if you asked 50 kids today what is a multiverse, I guarantee like 25 of them will know what it is, maybe even more. So in that space of 50 years, the average person, the average Joe who knows what a multiverse is, it has increased. And why has it increased? Because that concept, that idea, it has been placed in all this entertainment. So now we're all aware of that shit. Now, all of that I just explained, those were both neutral type of things, selling you things and teaching you things. Now let's look at good agendas and bad agendas being taught to you through entertainment. An example of a good agenda would be normalizing LGBT. If you notice nowadays compared to back in the day, there are a lot more gay characters, lesbian characters, bisexual characters. All these LGBT characters, they're being integrated into entertainment, into our favourite TV shows and movies, into new popular TV shows and movies. And by having more LGBT characters, by putting that in our shows and movies, in real life, it kind of normalizes it a bit more and people are more accepting of it. And that again is good. That's a good thing. So that's how this brainwashing and agendas can be used for good. However, there are way more darker things that they put in movies and entertainment to brainwash us. Way more darker agendas going on that you need to be aware of. And I'm going to give you two big examples of these. The first example is the NWO. If you didn't know, NWO, it means New World Order. Now the New World Order, it is a real life thing. Real life. It is a plan that involves depopulating the world, having a one world government, and basically controlling the world even more than they control it now. It's some corrupt thing. The NWO, an actual real life problem. Now in entertainment, they made a WWE pro wrestling group. They called them the NWO. They gave them that name. And because of that, because that group got so popular, now when the average person thinks of NWO, rather than think of the real life meaning, some crazy shit about depopulating the planet and having a one world government, they're instead gonna think of the wrestling group. And that has basically masked the real meaning. It has suppressed it. It has hidden it. And that is not something that should be suppressed. Everyone should be aware of some depopulation plan. Another more darker thing, something dark that is being masked and hidden away from us, is Pizzagate. If you didn't know, Pizzagate is a real life thing, and it is a paedophile ring. It is some alleged paedophile group in Hollywood. It's called Pizzagate. Now in entertainment, in sports, here in the UK, in the Premier League, football or soccer to American people, there was a slice of pizza that was thrown at a manager. And what did they call this incident? Pizzagate. And now when you search up Pizzagate, this funny comedic incident is going to show up as all the search results, instead of some alleged paedophile group going on in Hollywood. You see how they cleverly covered that up and masked it. That is a more darker thing that entertainment does in terms of brainwashing. They mask these real life things, New World Order, Pizzagate, amongst many others. They cover that up with entertainment. Now we all get used to the entertainment version of those terms instead of the real life, dark, sinister, literal real life versions of those terms. But there you have it. That is 4 different ways, 4 different types of brainwashing that is happening to you when you're watching TV. So what I want you to now think when leaving this video, I want you to now have the mindset that when you watch TV next, when you watch a movie next, just be aware that more things are going on than meets the eye. You're not just watching a show or watching a film. It's not that innocent. I want you to be aware that these brainwashing, these purposely implanted and strategically placed agendas, they are put in place to do something to you, to wire your thinking a certain way, to give you a certain outlook. I want you to know that. I want you to be aware of that, to be aware that is going on the next time you watch the TV or the next time you see a movie. But go away with that new mindset. That is your nutty education for the day. And peace, bitch.